time, you already gathered your advanced questions during your registration. And of course, we'll try our best together with the help of our speakers and guests to answer all your questions and concerns. So,
Hi, Norbert.
yes?
Can I ask the first question?
Attorney Vic, apo.
This is addressed also to the BFP and the Dolly people. Are they in close coordination with each other in drafting the rules for us to be able to operate, or them to issue a permit to operate? Is there a working group committee or a task force jointly by these offices, or are they doing it independently of each other?
So for that question, maybe you can help us answer that, Engineer Edwin and Attorney Russell.
Hello,
Yeah.
can I answer first, sir?
Sige po.
What do you mean by close coordination? Do you mean do we contact each other, parang gano'n?
Kasi di ba you're responsible for giving the permit to operate?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, we require a fire safety inspection certificate, FSIC, from the BFP before we clear or before we issue certificates coming from this office. Yun lang, actually, But when it comes to the operations of an ice plant like yours, for example, yung mga requirements niyan is dumadaan sa aming TSSD, sa aming technical division, no? And nag-i-inspect sila. So, yung requirements for that is parang nade-determine ng office pa rin namin, ng DOLE on its own. Kaya lang, when it comes to fire safety, nire-refer talaga namin yan sa BFP.
Alright. Kasi hindi po ba yung fire safety is synonymous to ammonia safety?
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
baka pwede ho kasi dahil, for example, sa amin pong sitwasyon, hinihinga pa ho kami ng mga specifications ng compressor, ng aming ibang mga makina, when they have been with us for so many years, no? And we always maintain them. We just don't know the relevance po ng mga ibang dokumento na inyong hinihingi kung nag-ooperate naman po ng maayos yung aming planta. Now, we are all with you po. We have shared interest here that safety of everyone is our number one concern. Pero ang akin na pong gusto malaman, pwede po ba nating malaman yung rationale kung bakit napakadami po ng mga hinihingi, pati mga plano na luma ay hinihingi po ng inyong opisina?
Okay. From the DOLE, sir. Sige. I will turn you over to our engineers. Ma'am Iya, sino yung mga engineers natin na nakasama sa seminar, sa webinar na ito, ma'am? Maybe they can answer the technical aspect of Attorney Ceballos' questions.
Salamat po.
Miss Iya.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, yes.
Yeah, ang aking po iniisip, although this is only this is just our preliminary meeting po. we can have a technical working group.
Yes, sir. But to answer your question, no, sana maliwanagan from the TSSD. I think some of us have joined this meeting, ano, and meron kaming mga kasama dito na from the TSSD. Hindi ko lang kasi sila mahanap right now. Tingnan ko, wait.
Hindi ko bale, sir.
Attorney
pwede naman-
Russell, good morning po.
Yes. Sino to?
Engineer Angie po, sir.
Miss Angie, kindly answer the question of Attorney Sabales. Thank you.
Yes po. Good morning, everyone. This is Mary Angela Gahoten po from Dole NCR. I'm one of the technical safety inspector po of Dole NCR, and pertaining to the question po of attorney regarding the requirements po of the specifications po of mechanical equipment, particularly po on your company required by our office po. May I ask po, sir, kung meron po bang existing permit to operate na po yung equipments po natin?
Kasi ganito po yun, ma'am, no? We have been in existence in the last 50 years.
Yes po.
Ngayon na po kami hinihinga ng permit to operate. Na patungkol po doon sa inyong nihinga ng mga requirements, no? So hindi pa ako kami nabibigyan ng permit to operate. Yun pong pinakahuling requirements.
Yes, sir. Kung wala pa po kasing permit to operate, baka po kasi ngayon lang po nag-conduct po ng inspection or naikutan po for a routine inspection. That's why po we require po your office to submit the permit to operate, and part of the for you, sir, to be issued po the permit to operate, you have to submit po the specifications po of your mechanical equipment along with the approved and signed and sealed po plan of your existing mechanical equipment po based on your installation. Since matagal na po siyang operational, we will just base po the permit to operate on the existing na specifications na po natin. And the legal basis of this permit to operate is from our occupational safety and health standards, sir. As for if it's unfired pressure vessel, it's under Rule 1170 po of the occupational safety and health standards.
Alright po. Kasi ako na po I'm a lawyer by profession po, no? I'm not a technical guy, pero of the little knowledge po that I know in the operations po, baka pwede po na yung permit to operate natin, ilimit na lang po sa mga safety measures, let's say yung mga alarm, yung mga relief valves, no? Hindi na po tayo pupunta pa sa mga plano ng brine, yung specifications po ng compressor, kasi tumatakbo naman po na maayos yung aming planta. So, maybe you can trim down the requirements. Tulad po nun sa amin, yung pong mechanical engineer namin na gumawa nun, patay na. So we had to spend another 50,000 para po sa bagong plano na pinapirmahan po namin sa mechanical engineer. Kasi yung po daw ang inyong requirement. So ang akin lang po sana, if we can just streamline po yung mga requirements ninyo, na kung ang isang concern po natin lahat tayo ay safety, di doon po tayo maglagay sa ng mga rules sa safety concerns po.
Attorney, may I know po kung ano pong ibang details po aside from the specifications po ng vessels ang ni-require po sa inyo? We can furnish you po a copy of our checklist po for the requirements on securing the permit to operate, sir.
Sige po, we can start on the with that checklist. Maybe we can brainstorm next time around po, wag lang ngayon kasi wala na tayong oras. We can have more, I would say, we can have more time to talk about the details kung papayag kayo.
Okay, sir, no problem po.
Salamat po, salamat po.
Okay, thank you so much, Attorney Vic, from
Salamat,
our
Robert.
Dole representative. So let's move on to some of our questions during our registration proper. So question number 1, does Patkol has close coordination with the DILG, BFP, DOLE regarding the requirements for fire safety and permit to operate? As per last webinar, there should be a deliberation about the requirements just to make sure that the requirements are logical and doable. So I think for this question, Sir Fernand, can you help us to answer this?
Okay, Norbert, I think some of part of this question is already discussed by Attorney Vic and Engineer Ma'am from the DOLE NCR. And so for Patkol, what we can help is to assist to connect each party and share the checklist and requirement in our Viber community platform. I think that's what we can do to support this question.
Okay, sir. Thank you po. Then for our question number 2, can solar power be used for cold storage? Another technical question. Sir Fernand, I think you can also help us with this question.
Okay, Norbert. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, generally can do it. Some of the cold storage facility right now in Philippines, few of them has been utilizing solar panel to power their storage as a backup. We have some customer that been doing this and try. So it is correct. Can use.
Okay, so the answer is yes. So if you need more questions, so you can also message us later on our community. Then for our question number 3, how safe is our surroundings? I think our speaker from Patkol iSolution can help us consume
Yes, there is a lot of detail for answer this question is in the first webinar. So you can request the video of the first webinar for our sales staff to know.
So this one we already discussed last our first webinar. So for additional information, we can share the information to our community with this. Okay, thank you. And then question number 4, where can we buy ammonia leak detector and how much is it? So this is like a commercial question, but we already shared information about the portable ammonia detector. So from our first webinar, so we already shared to our community. So maybe I can share that information for everyone's information. Okay, so everyone can see my slide.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So from our first webinar, this is like a common question. So we already, we are trying to help our community about the portable ammonia detector. So this is as seen on Yellow Monday webinar. So you can also check that the information for all the specifications and also for the budget for that, as well as the basic PPE for light ammonia leak. This is the half-base respirator, and this is also the budget. So I think that's that can answer the question. And next, question number 5. The system is properly charged and controlled. What is the temperature of discharge line between compressor and condenser? So this one is another technical question. Kunsomyot, also please help us with this question.
Yes, I would like to share screen. Could not please let me show my screen? Okay. Kun Norbert, can you see my screen?
Yes, already.
Okay, to answer this question, I would like to show you the simple refrigeration cycle. As shown in the right, it has the point number 1, 2, 3, and 4. The number 1 is the cool gas to the compressor, and number 2 is discharge temperature or hot gas to the condenser, and number 3 is the liquid from receiver to evaporator or freezer, and number 4 is liquid in the freezer. We will use pH diagram to explain this answer. But if someone don't know pH diagram, it's not worry. The pH diagram is show only the property. So we will plot this point into this diagram. And the answer of this question is the discharge temperature is depends on pressure ratio between suction pressure and discharge pressure. Example in this diagram. When the suction pressure is 1.35 bar or minus 15 degrees Celsius, and discharge pressure is 12.5 bar or 25 degrees Celsius. When we plot in pH diagram, it will show the discharge temperature will be 119 degrees Celsius. And when we increase the discharge pressure and fix the suction pressure, example, we increase to 14.5 bar or 40 degrees Celsius. The discharge temperature will be 132 degrees Celsius. To summarize, this answer is the discharge temperature will depend on pressure ratio between suction pressure here and discharge pressure. For tube ice machine in normal operation, the discharge temperature will allow 90 to 130 degrees Celsius. That's all. Norbert.
Okay, thank you, Kunsomyot, for that technical explanation for that question. We are hoping that we answer question number 5. Then question number 6. Do we need to test the operation of all bulbs connected to the ammonia piping to ensure that it is working, so that when the time of leak and need to isolate one or more line? We do shutting off some valve like a stop valve for liquid supply from receiver tank to ice machine evaporator. We did not operate for few days. But when open the shut off valve, we find it difficult to turn it, and we need to use a screwdriver in turning the wheel. And we noticed that there's a loud sound after we turn open the valve. So long question, Kunsomyot. So
Norbert,
yes, sir.
I think this question let's address to Engineer Edwin.
Engineer Edwin, sir, can you help us with this question number 6, sir?
Okay. Uh, the question is a little bit sa provisions of the fire code, but anyway, dito this is the use of mga yung kanina yung mga kwan natin, yung mga emergency set of valve na ina-isolate natin by zone. Kasi yung po yung mga itatanong ni BFP during inspection, kung in case of emergency, how do we stop the operations na hindi affected yung other area? So I think ito po yung questions ata na siya na pinaparating niya kung paano isasara. Kaya yung mga locations natin always located sa mga entrance natin at visible po sila. Because in case of emergency, madali po sila ma-identify ng mga technicians natin, yung mga operators. And importante talaga dapat sila ay isolated isa-isa. May separations. Opo.
Okay, sir. I think proper maintenance, I think, sir, is the
Yes,
best.
sir. Of course.
Yeah. Because, okay. So, thank you so much, Engineer Edwin, for answering question number 6. Our question number 7 will be, what is the safety procedure on how to discharge, flushing, purging, and also safe disposal of ammonia?
For answer this question, Kun Norbert, is have a lot of detail. I will
Yes.
do this answer in next webinar. Is it possible? And with the video, which is this raw detail to answer this question.
Okay.
That's it.
So, yeah, Norbert, I think that's a good idea from our good speaker, Consumyot. I amenable to his suggestion with regards to this number 7 question that he will prepare something for us, and seems to be that we need a part 3.
I think so, sir. So, just as Consumyot, this question number 7 needs a lot of explanation and also another webinar part 3, I guess.
Norbert,
Yes, sir, Attorney Vic.
it is very nice that all these issues are cropping up, no? Again, as a layman, no, I think we should have not only a webinar but some kind of a video na tayong gagawa. A Pixo can work with Patkol on this, no? Na we will use the vernacular or Filipino language. Kasi yung ating pong mga operator, hindi naman po natin tinatago ito, hindi naman po napakataas na level of education ano? Halimbawa, ako po, aaminin ko sa inyo, yung aking operator ngayon, dati hardinero ko lang yan. Hindi, totoo po yan. Ngayon po, nahasa, marunong na, magaling na. Kaya lang po, mas maganda siguro kung, sabi nga kanina po nung taga-BFP, ni engineer na may certification. Okay po sa atin yan kasi talaga ang safety po natin ang number 1 concern. Ayaw natin ng aksidente. So, I was asking you, Norbert, a while ago kung nandiyan po yung taga-Pangasinan, kasi we can have an ice plant model na pwede tayo mag-video. We can get a good videographer and then explain lahat po na itong mga best practices, no? To prevent an accident to happen and what to do if an accident should happen. Let's put this on the table. I mean, let's think about this carefully, and let's move us up. Nandiyan ka naman, Norbert, you're a super efficient guy, no? So, I trust in you. Kaya natin itong gawin. Yung ating best practices that will benefit all the members and everyone else. Thank you.
Okay, Attorney Vic. So, okay, sir, we'll discuss further about this topic on question number 7, and especially if we are planning to visit one ice plant in Pangasinan that was supplied by Patkol, sir. So we'll get into that, sir.
Thank you.
Hi, sir. Question number 8. So, how and where can we acquire refrigerant detector system? Is this excluded in FDA's coverage? So, okay. For the ammonia detector, for the portable one, I already mentioned a while ago. But for the FDAS coverage, I'm not familiar. Engineer Edwin, can you help me about the FDAS coverage? What is that? Do you happen to know that?
Okay. With the Bureau of Fire, with the fire code, when you speak of FDAS, ito po yung safety sa employee and the building itself. This is separate from the refrigerant detectors.
Opo.
Kaya nga si provisions of the fire code is sinasabi niya doon na dapat meron tayong separate refrigerant detectors. But yung FDAS discovers with the property, the building itself, and of course, the notification of the employees when it comes to emergency. Magkaiba po sila.
Okay po. So, refrigerant detector system should
Separate po sila, separate.
sir, separate with the FDAS coverage. Tama po ba yung...
Kasi si BFP, although you have already although the plant is already have refrigerant detector, still the BFP will require an FDAS separate po yun. This for the safety, this is notification of the employees and of course the safety of the building. Yung parang ma-notify yung ating, kung may brigada kayo dyan, dapat ma-notify po sila. That is the FDAS. Hindi po siya nakaka-detect ng mga refrigerant. So separate po yung mga detectors natin with that refrigerant system.
Okay po. Thank you, Engineer Edwin.
Yun po.
Norbert,
Yes, sir?
may tatanong sana ako sa ating magiting na engineer.
Yes po.
Boss,
Go ahead.
meron na ba kayong model ice plant na pwede nyo sabihin na pwede namin puntahan na fully compliant sa inyo pong mga hinihingi? Engineer, o wala pa rin pa
Ako
ho?
ba?
Opo.
Yeah, Engineer Edwin, I think that's question is for you po.
Hello.
Engineer Edwin, can you hear us?
Opo,
Yes.
go ahead po. Go ahead po.
So, I think sir, ang question ni Attorney Vic from Apixod, is there
Go ahead.
is there ice plant po ba na like compliant na? So,
Fully
parang
compliant.
fully compliant that we can do benchmarking for the safety compliant with the BFP based dun po sa mga na spec nyo na po or close to compliant.
Opo. Sa ngayon po sa mga reports na binigay sa amin, parang hindi masyado pinapansin si fire code provisions when it comes to yung mga requirements niya kanina na discuss natin. Parang they give more on doon sa production, pero when it comes to safety with the fire code provisions, parang wala po kaming nakompleto pa. Parang wala tayo makukuha model eh. Same lang po, same yung mga napansin ng mga violations. Opo. Wala pang nakakakompleto doon sa ating requirement. Kasi, nga siya sir parang hindi siya pinapansin ng designer. Parang hindi siya pinapansin. Kasi siguro, hindi masyado particular dito sa provisions na ito. Yung mga designer natin, hindi kinoconsider sa design yung provisions ng fire code. Yun ang aming observations po.
Okay. So, Attorney Vic,
Okay.
any follow-up question?
Sige, well,
Again,
again,
competency. Dapat sa isang
dapat
Opo, go ahead po.
dapat siguro reviewin po din natin yung requirement ng fire code dahil they might be either an ancient requirement or irrelevant.
Yes, sir.
Hindi po ba kasi alam niyo naman mga batas, like ako, abogado ako, alam ko yan, may mga batas na hindi po sinusunod dahil hindi na rin po effective, no? So maybe, kasi sir, mahal din po yung mga requirements na ganyan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ako po personally, I would rather buy something that will prevent an ammonia leak. And let's say the unfortunate thing should happen, ano yung ating first aid kit na dapat na gawin at mga yung call to action natin, dapat malaman ng mga tao natin. I think it's more of a seminar which we have to do. Kasi alam mo nyo sir, pag marami po requirement ng batas, siyempre ang uunahin ng mga may-ari katulad namin, yung munang benta namin. Teka muna, mahina benta namin ngayon. So,
Yes, sir.
anong nangyayari po sir, na hindi po nabibigyan ng pansin masyado yan. Although dapat po pag-usapan natin. Salamat po.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Vic and Engineer Edwin. So we need to
Yes, sir, dapat pag... Opo.
exert more effort po for safety with regards to ice plant operation. And for question number 9, please. Scrubber and cooling tower is the same. I think this is related to Consumute about your discussion.
For the principle, it's same for the principle, but the main concern to apply cooling tower is the capacity to absorb the ammonia. This is the main concern. But if you can, the design engineer can design wet scrubber specially, is better. But you can apply cooling tower to use as wet scrubber. But be careful, calculate about the capacity to absorb ammonia. This is my answer.
And
Thank
I
you.
think they are interested with that option. So maybe if they need more information, technical information, just coordinate with us so we can connect you to our speaker. And then question number 10. Is FSIC and ammonia certificate different? I think Engineer Edwin, can you also help us with this question number 10?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Apo.
Actually, different po siya. Itong ating FSIC is for the certificate for doing business.
Mhm.
Doing business. Ito namang ammonia certification, ito yung parang kwan namin kasi meron po kaming sinisingil dyan na storage clearance.
Mhm.
Pag nag-install ka ng, kung meron kang inimbak, nag-store ka ng ammonia, dapat meron po yan fees na ibinibigay, binabayaran kay BFP, and of course, we will depend doon sa aming payment, kung ilang capacity, ano ba yung MSDS na sinasabi dyan. So another po yan. Coming from suppliers po yan. Si
Apo.
PSIC, galing kay BFP to operate. Pangkalahatan po siya.
Okay. So two different requirement that they need to complete.
Norbert,
Yes, sir.
Apo. Attorney B.
Norbert,
Apo.
I think, alam nyo, engineer, there's only one supplier of ammonia in the Philippines. That's Marman.
Yes, sir. Opo.
Baka dapat, Norbert, gawin natin, Engineer Fernan, let us involve Marman here in these webinars and best practices. Kasi yung kanilang raw material ang ating ginagamit, and we should be taught how to handle, no? For example, yung po certificate na hinihingi nila ngayon, well, my simple thinking tells me na kung meron ba akong 10 silindro ng ammonia, do I have to get a certificate? O paano po ba? Kasi hindi po madaling bumili ng ammonia, dapat nag-i-stock up kami niyan. So, are we going to comply? Are we violating it by just stocking up?
Attorney Vic, medyo nawala po yung ano nyo, yung last statement nyo po.
Tinatanong ko po, Mr. Norbert, kung halimbawa po yung mga ice plant natin, ano, like kami, kung bumili po kami niyan 10 silindro, kasi mahirap pong bumili ng patingi-tingi. Do we need a certificate or is there a violation here if we don't have a certificate ng amin pong tinatago ay 10 silindro lamang ng ammonia?
Mm-hmm. So, Engineer Edwin, can you help Attorney Vic with that question?
Okay. Actually, si BFP, we are not particular with this ammonia certifications. Yung amin lang po, yung MSDS, o kaya yung SDS, kasi kompleto na po yun eh. Nandun po yung degree of hazard, nandun po yung kanyang flammability, toxicity. So sa amin, okay na po yun for the issuance sa PSIC and for the issuance of fire safety clearance for storage.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to ammonia certification, kung ano ang kanya, ano ba yung quality niyan, wala pong karapatan si BFP doon. And we do not engage to that kind of requirements. Ang amin kasi dyan, segregation, how do you store the particular tanks, yun lang po kami, para mabigyan po namin kayo ng storage clearance. So,
Mm.
ammonia certification, hindi po namin, the fire code does not mention those requirements.
Apo.
So engineer, yung the mere fact po na meron kaming 10-20 silindro ng ammonia, we don't need any clearances or certificate from any offices. Ganun po ba? Hello.
Sa amin, sir, basta once the BEP will conduct inspection and they will notice that you have stored tanks of ammonia, itatanong lang po nila yung quantity kung ilan because sa fire code fees, pero po tayong payment po doon na gagawin. So,
Okay.
kung ano ang kanyang quantity, opo. Para may
Kasi-
issuean ka naman po ng fire safety clearance storage kasi prerequisite po siya for issuance of IC.
Oh, kasi sir, for practical purposes po,
Parang,
wala naman pong ammonia leak na nangyayari sa tangke na naka-storage po, na naka-standby lang. Yung
Correct,
ammonia leak po
correct,
na
opo.
nangyayari po, kadalasan, in fact, pagpasok mo pa lamang sa planta, amoy ammonia na no?
Yes,
Doon po nanggagaling sa mga valve leaks.
correct, opo.
Ang sa akin na po, engineer, here I go again, I want to simplify doing things, doing business, no? Na baka mamaya kasi meron kaming meron hinahanap sa aming certificate, no? Mahirapan po kami, engineer. Hingi po kami ng tulong sa inyo.
Wala pong ganun. Opo, wala pong ganung requirement, sir. Basta si BP
Salamat
once
po.
conduct inspection, yun lang po. Pag nakita yung mga tanks, yun lang po.
Sige po. Pag-usapan po natin yan sa ibang pagkakataon po.
Opo,
Salamat
attorney.
po. Salamat po.
Ayan po.
Okay, so thank you so much, Engineer Edwin. Then for our so we still have more questions. So let's extend our time. Question number 11, is it normal for ammonia to leak due to long standby or no usage?
Me answer.
Yeah, please consumute. Kindly.
It is normal. For long standby, it should be no leak. It's not normal leak. You have to fix the problem. Is it not normal? This is the answer. That's it.
Okay. So it's not normal to have leakage unless there is one specific like bulbs that is leaking or have problem. But if not, closed loop, there should be no leak. Am I correct, Consumute, for that?
Yes, correct.
Thank you. Okay, so question number 12 is the portable ammonia detector can be accepted as a refrigerant detector. Consumute, can you help me again? Number 12.
I think this question is concerned about the local regulation, maybe because normally ammonia detector is also refrigeration detector is same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure for the vocabulary in the local regulation. Is it same or not? Maybe have to ask the officer.
Engineer Edwin, pwede mo akong tulungan dito sa question 12? Kasi tinatanong nila if the portable ammonia detector can be accepted as refrigerant detector.
Of course, kasi ang ammonia is a refrigerant. So, parehas lang po sila. Ang ammonia is a kind of refrigerant. So, pwede rin yun.
Baka sir, ang follow-up question nila, kung may portable detector na ba sila, pasado na ba yun kapag kami nag-inspect po from us? Considered na ba siya as a ammonia detector or yung portable detector will be just used for preventive maintenance lang?
Ang pagkakalam ko, sir, dito kasi sa provisions, dapat meron ka doon naka-install.
Okay po.
Ang portable is another gadget.
Teka, engineer.
Yes, sir. Opo.
Engineer, itatanong ko lang po kasi sa planta po namin, meron kaming freon at meron kaming ammonia.
Opo.
Hindi ba magkaiba po yun, sir?
Hindi ko ma-identify, sir, pero pag when it comes to refrigerant, same lang po sila eh.
Hindi, kasi sa freon po, boss, ginagamit po namin sa aming tube ice.
Okay.
Tapos ito pong sa aming brine, sa black ice, ito pong ammonia.
Yun po.
Yun po bang sinasaklaw ng BFB, kasama na rin po yung tube ice machine
Yes, sir.
na ang ginagamit pong refrigerant ay freon, hindi po yung ammonia.
Yes, sir.
Kasi
Yes, sir.
yung sir, yung pong portable detector ninyo, what does it detect? Freon or ammonia?
Yung sa amin ngayon, yung pinocure nila is ammonia lang, sir. Ay,
Okay.
doon kung multiple siya, ay hindi ko lang alam kung may multiple na pwede siya sa refrigerants, pwede siya sa ammonia. Hindi ko lang alam ang kuan.
Alam nyo ba, engineer, boss,
Hoy, sa attorney po.
sa tagal ko po sa planta, yung aking ilong, ammonia detector na rin. Totoo po yun. Pag ako minaamoy sa planta namin, nagagalit na kagad ako kasi sayang ang pera.
Opo, siyempre
Hindi
naglilik
po ba?
eh. Opo.
Kaya yun po yung aking detector. Salamat po, engineer.
Yes, attorney. Okay, okay.
So again, Engineer Edwin, it should
Opo.
be like a separate, like there should be an naka-installed na ammonia detector,
Opo, dapat may permanent doon sa mga tank nila.
permanent. And then
And
for the
then-
portable will be used for like pagka nagro-routine check-up for the...
Yes po. Para personal kwan mo yun eh. Assurance na hindi mataas ang ppm concentration eh.
Opo. Okay po, sir. Thank you po.
Opo.
Oy, Patkol,
Yes, sir.
magkano ba yung detector na yan?
Sir, check nyo na lang dun sa dun sa in-announce ko. Hindi man ako nagbebenta, sir, dito.
Hindi na, sabihin mo na ngayon. Ikaw pa, kayo naman ang sponsor nito eh. Di ba, engineer?
Correct, sir. Correct, attorney.
Sir, yung budget for the portable, portable only ammonia detector is nasa 24,000 na, but inclusive na yun.
Mura
Ang mahal
yun.
naman.
Mura, sabi niya.
Binanggit ko lang sa'yo, sir, tapos napagalitan mo pa ako.
Mura
Hindi,
yun, attorney.
pag-usapan natin yan.
Mura
Yung-
yun.
Pag-usapan natin yan. Sige.
Yeah, so po, it's way beyond our topic. It's more on the commercial side. So later na lang.
Okay po. Okay po.
Then question number 13, can the portable ammonia detector pass what is stated in the revised fire code? So this one, Engineer Edwin, another question.
Opo.
Detector po.
Of course, kung ano po yung design natin dyan, halimbawa may diffusion po tayo, okay. Kung ano yung mga nakalagay dun sa design, pwede po kay BFP yun. Kasi we rely on the design and the specifications.
Mhm.
Hindi po kami nagbibigay ng kwan. Kaya we always follow with the Philippine Mechanical Code. Eh. Kung anong sabi ni code, doon po kami.
Okay po, sir. Then I think this will be the last question.
Yes, attorney, go ahead po.
Taga, engineer.
Opo.
Hingi pa ako sa inyo ng isang private meeting po with our members para ma-streamline po natin at ma-revise natin yung inyong IRR ng fire
Sige po,
code.
sir, kasi meron po tayong checklist para ma-identify natin doon kung applicable sa inyong business.
Opo, para naman po kami hindi malugi. Baka mamaya sa aming compliance po sa inyo, malugi na kami.
Hindi, sir, ikukan natin yan. I-summarize natin yan na po.
And I think, Engineer Edwin, about the checklist, maybe you can help
Napakaganda po
to
pakinggan.
share to the community about the checklist.
Actually, yung checklist namin, general po siya sa industrial at storage occupancy. So kayo may storage in the sense na you have these tanks, and of course the industrial practice we follow with the industrial checklist. Nandun po lahat, including the building, nandun po lahat. Then we will squeeze doon kung ano yung mga relevant lang sa inyo.
Mhm.
Inyo pa,
Pwede po yun. Isa attorney, go ahead po.
Attorney Vic, may follow-up question po. Okay, so balikan natin si Attorney Vic. Baka may problem lang signal. So I think this will be our last question, number 14. And again, this will be intended for Engineer Edwin. Does AFP will give ample time to ICE plant to comply with the RA 9514, sir?
Actually, sir, dito pa lang na hindi compliant lahat, ample time na yun. Sir, si Percon kasi, hindi siya kuwan eh. Ang gusto niya, now na. Kasi safety
Okay.
pinag-uusapan natin eh.
Urgent.
So, pero we have the procedures in conducting inspection. The first time na mag-inspect, na may mga violations, you will be given NTC, notice to comply.
Mhm.
And then you have 15 days to comply. So kung hindi ka nag-comply within 15 days, wala kang pakialam, magkakandak another inspection. Pag nandun pa rin yung mga violations sa'yo, you will be issued in TCV, Notice to Correct Violation. Posted po dyan sa inyong mga establishment, warning, this building is a fire hazard. And you have to pay 50,000 pesos or depende sa degree of violation. Sa pinakamababa, 12,500. And after that, the 15 days, ayaw mo pa rin kasi wala talaga. Bibigyan ka ng abatement order. Nandun pa rin yung posting, nakalagay pa rin doon, yung payment ka na naman ng 50,000. Depende sa degree of hazard, ha? Pinakamataas ka rin, 50,000. And then, yung pang-apat, pagbalik niya, 2 months na yun, pagbalik niya, nandun pa rin yung violations yun, you will be issued closure order. Yan, nakaka-copy furnished po si BPLO, nakaka-copy po si Office of the Mayor. Yun po.
So once inspection po talaga kailangan urgent
Yes, kasi safety yung pinag-uusapan po
findings.
natin dito.
Opo.
So 2 months is, kung ano yun, ample time na yun to comply.
Okay, sir.
Opo.
Engineer,
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Atty.
sa sobrang ingay ko po, pinutol ako ni Zoom eh. Anyway,
Yes, sir, Atty.
ang akin na po sana maging pro-business po ang BFP at saka ang DOLE. Pro-business po.
Okay.
Para we can work together hand in hand. I-post po natin sa group chat yung ating mga requirements, mga checklist.
Okay po. Sige po.
Para malalaman po lahat ng aming mga miyembro ano po yung aming mga dapat na i-comply. Pwede po natin baguhin para maging pro-business po ang
Attorney Vic, naputol ulit yung last statement.
Po.
Naputol.
Sana ako maging pro-business yung mga requirements.
Apo.
Pwede natin i-post sa ating Viber lahat ng mga requirements ng DOLE at ng BFP.
Okay, so we will, Engineer Edwin, I'll be coordinating with you about that checklist po para ma-share natin sa community. Kung
Sige,
okay.
sir. Opo. Copy po.
Norbert, pati sa DOLE para matignan natin.
Apo. So, Attorney Russell,
Salamat po.
i-coordinate ko din namin po sa inyo regarding do sa mga checklist so we can share to the community. Para maging proactive po for all the members. Okay, so I think that's it for today. We do hope that you've learned a lot on this webinar. So we still have more topics to discuss. So I think we'll discuss for the part 3, possible part 3 of our webinar. But before we wrap it up, may I request everyone to have a photo op or para makapag-screenshot po for all the members. Can we have a group photo and then video on po, camera on, para po sa lahat ng members? Marketing, can you help with the screenshot? Camera on na lang po lahat for our members po.
Bakit wala? Hindi ko makita views. Wala.
So pa-camera on.
Hindi ko makita kasi. Meron sa camera kasi. Naka-connect ba to? Naka-connect ba to?
Nakakonect siya.
Yan.
Sige nga, try mo ngayon.
Start video.
Hindi eh.
Ayun.
Ayan.
So marketing team, everyone, can you help us at marketing team for all the camera?
Dito, apat tayo.
I cannot start my camera.
Okay. Everybody say hi. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, I already record. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Sabody ka.
Okay po, and then before we end our webinar, may we also request everyone to kindly scan the QR code para po sa feedback survey, para po malaman din namin kung ano yung next topic na we can also discuss. So we can also arrange another webinar for a common topic that we need to discuss in details. So pasuyo na lang po to scan the webinar feedback survey. So thank you so much everyone, and to our resource speakers and guests for sharing very important information to our ICE community. We are hoping that this is not the last, but just the beginning of our continuous relationship towards a common goal of making our ICE business safe for everyone. Keep safe and God bless. Goodbye everyone. See you next time. Salamat po.
Thank you. Thank you.
Salamat
Thank you.
po.
Thank you.
Salamat
Thank you,
sa lahat.
sir. God bless everyone.
Thank
Pasuyo
you.
na lang po ng
Salamat.
feedback